And they'll go on the ground. And right away, he lost the football. And the Eagles have recovered. Opening drive fumble and the 4 miscues that they had last week. 4 turnovers, Charles. So this is a bad trend.
And, Brandon, you and I both know that they didn't just ignore what happened last week. They focused on it, tried to get better. And when it happens here again in this game, the head coach is going to see that as a direct reflection on his message to the team, and it's not sinking in.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He will push his way down to about the 14. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And Wentz not going to take the snap here. Instead, he turns and calls a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Sunday.
On third down. That's Black, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there, because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, getting the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Leopard! Watch it now, Barney!
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The corner, Ronald Darby, comes up to get it.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now let's go. Blue, landed.
Rosen off the play action. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now they'll run it on the toss. Flash the stick skills on that run, but then stop shy of the 35. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the ball.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Credit the tackle to DJ Swearinger. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down, that's Black, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Detroit! 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 Hot! Hot!
On second down, Rosen. David Johnson here on the catch. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And, Johnson dinged up a bit. Still down. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now it's Rosen. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Gun! 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 Gun!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dalton Schultz, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. This complete left side to Aguilar. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On the ball.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. Blue.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On 2nd down, Johnson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now it's Rosen looking. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. And his kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, then no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. Now a handoff looking right. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight 15.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Great. Waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Here's Wentz to throw. Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
But the 9 picks,
you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Hey! Over! Hot!
They'll run it with Johnson, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. David Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now the try here for the point after. Extra point splits the uprights. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
81.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Over.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Sunday, please. Ariel, backpack, 120.
On second down, here's Wentz. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the... yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Gone!
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Gone!
On 3rd down, Rosen. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is indeed good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass. This too shall...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Gone! Here we go now.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
Oh, yeah!
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch him now, Barney.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And they bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Patriot! Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Allen on the punt as he gets this one away. And here now the offense heading back out there.
Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Austin. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he's able to get it out of there. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now, they get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
Right back to him on 1st down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught out left by Perriman. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
From the gun, it's Rosen. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now it's Rosen. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
The offense on third down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Rosen to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Tech McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. They get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Now, defensively here, we're going to get a timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Back to throw. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And they're down to 17 seconds now here after the spike. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now back out comes the offense. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On first down, it's Rosen. Eluding the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Detroit! Hot!
Now Rosen. Buying time to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
Gone!
First throw in overtime now for Rosen. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He gets it left side to Johnson. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. A gain of 32 that time. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They'll try to run. This is Johnson. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.